What lies from childhood are affecting your decisions today? I repeat, what lies from childhood are affecting your decisions today? My name is Obud Udo, and this is Don't Worry I'm Fucked Up 2, the Wounded Child series. Now, let me repeat that question one more time. What lies from childhood are affecting your decisions today? Now let's switch off into a whole different topic. Let's talk about Proverbs 22 verse 6. This is going to make sense. Give me a second. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Check it out. It reads, "Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are older, they will not depart from it." And I want to break down this verse into three parts. One, the trainer. Two, the training. And three, the child. Who's the trainer? The trainer is anyone that the child sees as a respectable figure, or they see them and their opinion carries weight. So this could be your father, your mother, your siblings, uncles, aunts, even peers or experts, people that their decision and what they think really matters, and you listen to them very closely. Now, the second one is the training. All right, what is the training? Now, as children, a lot of children, when they learn, we learn not only with our mind or our ears, we use every single sense. Children are like sponges. They absorb so much at a time, and their perception is all over the place. So they are learning with 100% of their being. And so when it comes to the training, it happens through what you say, don't say, what you do, and what you don't do. All of those things factor into what the child is learning. Now, third, the child. Who is the child? I believe that the child is anyone that's at a very vulnerable state when they are reliant on other people's guidance or their protection. So it's anyone. It's not only just people that are very young, right? People that are children. However, it's typically people that are children. It's typically children because children are at the most receptive point in their life, and they also need guidance and they need protection. They cannot live without those two things. However, when people grow older, there's some times where their belief shatters, and now they're completely open for a new belief, for a new way of being. And that is also where they are vulnerable, and that's also where they are a child. Now, let me make all of this make sense through my own personal story. Growing up, I was in an atmosphere where it was do as I say or else. Okay? It was do as I say or else, where I had to make other people happy. And I had so many trainers because I lived with maids, parents, siblings, uncles, aunts. I mean, everyone was in our household. There were so many of them. And so growing up, um, a lot of what I went through was there was a lot of many there were many punishment versus reward relationships. So if you do this thing, I'll give you that and you'll be happy, right? And if you don't do this thing, I'll take it away from you, right? And so I had to make other people happy in order for me to feel love, or in order for me to get attention, or just receive any form of affection. Um, and it was very unfortunate because what that did to me as a young adult now, and sometimes I still struggle with it, is being a people pleaser to one of the highest levels ever. Being a people pleaser where I I try to do things for other people despite my own feelings, my own emotions, my own energy level. Regardless of the cost to me, I try to go above and beyond. and and it's where sometimes the decisions I make aren't pure and they're not truly the decisions that I want to make, but I just want to make other people feel happy in order for me to feel like I will not be abandoned and I'm worthy of love and worthy of acceptance. So growing up that way for many years kind of made me feel like, I expected the world to expect me to always go out of my way for them, right? I expected everyone in the world to be that same way. And you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's been the worst thing ever, because honestly, I've gotten a lot of superpowers from this false belief. I it's made me easily likable. I actually won several awards for being everybody's friend in high school, and it's also made me like anytime I try to do anything because I want to appease others so much, it's made me really have a perfectionist eye towards whatever I try to do. If I do something, I try to do it to the best of my ability so that people can like it and I can feel acceptance from that. Unfortunately, it's also made me not do many things because I've been worried about what other people think. And then the last one is social awareness. I can tell what people are thinking, how people are feeling sometimes even without them saying it, because I've been so aware of, the things that I do and how it makes others feel and if it's pleasing them. Um, and although all these good things are there, right? It still makes the decisions that I make faltered in the sense that it's not focused on what I need, but more focused on what others needs. And everyone has a totally different case. This just happens to be mine. Now, let's move into the trap, okay? And the trap is what I believe is it's called I call it the belief reinforcement loop. The belief reinforcement loop. And this is when, based on your beliefs, you attract other people that exploit you for those beliefs, right? And so like I told you about what mine was, which is about being a people pleaser. It's made me attract people that kind of aren't really satisfied and always wants me to be there for their own benefit, right? For like their own um like like sometimes I'm needed for their happiness. And if I don't act in a certain way, they become unhappy. And so it's led to a lot of parasitic relationships that are very one-sided. And my story isn't really everyone else's. It might not be yours, right? There are multiple stories out there, like the woman that can't seem to find a relationship that's not abusive, right? Because that's kind of what happened to them as kids, with their parents and how they're used to seeing love, or or not being able to find someone that's actually present because they're so used to, you know, people that aren't always there for them, right? Or people that have one-sided relationships, or you're not able to trust someone just because, your trust has been broken so many times, and now you can't really have open, deep relationships. These lies that we tell ourselves, they are so many of them, and a lot of them are not true. And this takes me back to that verse, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they grow old, they will not depart from it. Now the beautiful thing is when we're born into the world, there's a community out there to help us and to teach us. But sometimes that teaching is not aligned with the truth about the world. Sometimes it's a skewed truth, right? It could just be your parents or your friends or your siblings' truth, but it's not existential truth, right? It's not truth that you're supposed to be in an abusive relationship. It's not truth that you're supposed to be in a one-sided relationship. It's not, none of that is truth. It's only truth if it's what you believe. So, let's go back to the main question. What lies from childhood are affecting your decisions today? Better yet, what lies from childhood do you still believe? Better yet, what do you still believe from childhood? Let's start there. What are some things that keep on happening in your life? And my purpose for creating this video is just for you to reflect and to think about that. Just take a moment and actually think about what are the things that keep happening in my life and why is it happening? See if there's some sort of connection to childhood, because I promise you 9 times out of 10 there is, and 9 times out of 10 it's not the truth. This is Don't Worry, I'm Fucked Up Too, because I am, and it's the Wounded Child series. I'll see you next time. We'll dive deeper into this topic and multiple others. Take care.